Suicidal ideation. The new mantra from tantric young Coleman, Smurf smuggling shaman, actor, race relations liaison officer, trans-dimensional heart chakra poet, and child daycare specialist, brings you the one phrase to fit all social media occasions. If you've overindulged in adverb discombobulation and suddenly find yourself tempted to erase all traces of your light work from the internet, hold fast and escape into the ecstasy of serenely feigned human fragility, misrepresentation of critics' assessments, and misanthropic false victimhood through the rhetorical portal of suicidal ideation, a trope capable of silencing all known rational dissent. Suicidal ideation, the first choice in lasting responses, used in conjunction with overextended metaphysical cliches, may affect audience retention.
Hello my retards, it's me Omni Arrows, and welcome to the first ever episode of Secret Magic Kool-Aid. First I want to say thanks for contributing to my Patreon, and I hope that you all wish me the best on my journey to completely sell out. For you see, that has been my goal the entire time. And now you know a secret. There you go, you got the first secret from Secret Magic Kool-Aid. Now, this show is going to be a little different than Psychic Vampires or non-secret Magic Kool-Aid. I don't exactly have a format, and it's going to be one long video, and I'm just going to ramble about whatever the fuck I want and watch some clips and shit, okay? It's going to be great. And most importantly, we have each other for company, okay? Alright. Now, I have a list here of things that I want to talk about, but I guess the first thing I need to talk about is obvious. It's Patreon. Why did I get on Patreon? Well, obviously, I'm on Patreon because I want to make some money, alright? I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into what I'm doing, and I would like to make this my job. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to scam people because I don't offer psychic readings or sell rocks. All I'm offering you is this exclusive content, and there's going to be other things I offer in future as well. I'm thinking I will perhaps release my novel, or I actually have 2 novels, so I could release them incrementally or whatever. I could do new short stories every month if anyone gives a shit about that. I'm sure a few of you do. Probably not most of you, though. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what to do. But this month, for $5, you get all of this extra content. It's probably a ripoff, right? Yeah. You would rather you hadn't spent that $5, but here you are. You did it, and now there's no going back. So, you might as well just sit back and listen to me. And I'm going to say things that I can't normally say on YouTube. For instance, Patrick Coleman, I do hope you die. I hate you, okay? I hope that you drop dead of a pulmonary embolism today. Alright? I'm allowed to say that right here on Patreon. So, speaking of Patrick Coleman, let's mention Justin McRae, who has recently entered the fray. Yes, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Justin, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate what you're doing, even though you said some horrible shit to me when you walked onto my channel and ripped me a new asshole to defend Patrick, who you didn't know a damn thing about. And I understand it's because Patrick lied to you, and Patrick told you that I was out to destroy all spiritual people and shamans. I mean, I kind of am out to destroy shamanism because I don't think it's real, honestly. But what you are doing seems essentially harmless to me. You are not selling services and you are not offering medical advice so far as I can see. And you're also not a mental patient. At least I don't think so. So, you could do whatever you want, Justin. I'm just glad you've seen the light. But it behooves me to rub everyone's face in the fact that I fucking told you all, okay? There have been at least 3 or 4 waves of Patrick supporters who come onto his channel, they listen to his bullshit, and they believe it, and then they come and attack me. And then Patrick makes an asshole of himself before them. And then all of a sudden, first they'll try to argue with him. They'll say, Patrick, what are you doing? Why are you exploiting your dead boyfriend so horribly? Why are you posting videos of him and claiming to speak for him? What's going on, Patrick? Don't you know this is wrong? Yeah, he does know it's wrong. Why do you think that we fucking hate him so much? It's because he's a piece of shit, alright? So, this isn't the first time I've had people from the different conspiratards I've attacked come over to tell me that I was right the whole fucking time. And it will not be the last time. But every time it happens, I am going to gloat just a little bit, okay? Yes, you are welcomed into the fold if you realize I was right the whole time, if you finally understood what I'm doing, if you finally grasped why I'm an asshole. Good, we will accept you. But always remember that you can be wrong, okay? So the next time some douche comes up to you on the internet or in real life and tells you that they have magic powers, I just want you to remember there's a secret fucking motive, okay? Anyway, speaking of gloating, I have a comment I want to show you all. It's pretty funny, alright? This is from a Christina Martin supporter. I don't know if you all remember, I've mentioned a few times that her fans are super fucking annoying. I mean, I made a Christina Martin video months ago in my very first episode of Magick Kool-Aid, and I started getting replies months after the fact from Christina Martin fans who were bitching at me saying I was attacking a spiritual person and she's totally harmless and why am I being so mean to her? It's not cool. She's really so sweet and sexy. But that's not the case. She's really not that sexy. So this person, he used to leave nasty comments about how mean I was to Christina Martin. Since she started asking people to fund her trip to Southeast Asia, he popped over to let me know this. I owe you an apology, Omni Eros. You were right, and I was wrong about Christina. Although I do not agree with all of your ideas or methods, I am not too proud to admit when I was wrong. I defended this charlatan against you in the past, and I feel like a tool now. I told you you looked like a tool when you defended her, okay? I told you. I warned you. She is a self-centered, delusional narcissist that hypnotizes and preys on her entranced followers. That's what I said from the beginning, okay? Now, I could keep reading this capitulation here, but you get the point, alright? I just think it's funny how people so violently and viciously attack me for telling the truth about some manipulative bitch, and then when they discover it later, come back with their tail between their legs and say, oh, you were right the whole time. Yeah, I took your abuse. Now you come back and say I was right the whole time. Am I obligated to just be like, yes, my child, I forgive you? I don't really feel obligated to do that, okay? I'm not Jesus, and here we go, guys. You're going to see it. You're going to see it here on The Secret Show, okay? Because I'm going to do less editing. I am now going to do a complete 180 from the track that I was just on, saying I don't feel obligated to forgive him. Because now I do feel obligated to forgive him. I just pulled a CW Chanter on y'all, okay? Actually, I do feel as though if I don't forgive them, then there's no way that I will ever achieve my goals. So even though I want to bitch you out and say you're a fucking jackass because I told you so, I'm still just going to say, okay, come on in. We love you. Come on. It's okay. How similar is this video getting to a Patrick John Coleman video? Probably pretty similar, right? You know what? This is tobacco, okay? I love to smoke tobacco with glass pipes. Alright? This is pretty cringy. But maybe the cringe makes it worth the $5 you paid to watch it. What didn't I start talking about? Justin McRae? Oh yeah, we already switched that. I'll mark that one off the list. We got Christina Martin off the list. This is a goddamn mess. How about this? Let's talk about Elora Snow, Jordan Womble, and Auld Kendal. Alright, let's do it. First, Auld Kendal, I have your picture. I doubt you're watching, but I do have Auld Kendal's picture. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. second thing I want to say is Elora Snow. I didn't talk about this on my show because I thought maybe it was a legit cry for help and I didn't want to endanger that, but I'll tell you all now. Elora Snow reached out to me for help last week, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you some of the emails. Alright, so let's take a look at this email Elora sent me. Elora here. We need to talk. Jack broke up with me. I love you and need your help. I don't really do magic, and I am a diagnosed schizophrenic with violent outbursts. I get crazy when I stop taking my meds. Let's discuss what you are doing, or what you are dong. John Patrick Coleman is a liar, and I did a session with him, and he is full of shit. He wanted to charge me and then have sex with me. I promised to undo all the spells I did to you. So I replied, I can talk to you privately on Skype if you like. I won't record anything, and I really do want to help you. And I was being honest because I thought maybe this was a legit cry for help. Then I am telling her I was being mean to her because I thought she was enjoying the fighting, blah, blah, blah. And it ends, I gave her some advice, which I thought she might listen to, but she obviously didn't. And at some point here, she's emailing me and says, I have a favor to ask of you all. So curious, I say, what's the favor? You know, I would just love to know what the goddamn favor is. And here's the favor, guys. Can you rape Jack MC in Dreamtime? That's right, Elora wants to ask me, who she's called a serial killer pedophile, to rape her boyfriend Jack in the dream world. That's the favor. I said, wow, take a look at yourself. Then she makes a comment about some person I've never heard of. Then she's trying to form an alliance with me, and she offers me a truce from both Patrick and herself. Patrick, by the way, she thinks is a spy. He's not a spy. But I told her no truce with Patrick. I was still open with a truce to her. This is probably getting boring for you all. You're probably feeling a little ripped off. But yeah, she wants me to rape Jack. Just a series of completely insane messages, one after the other. She was also blowing up my phone on Skype. I tried to communicate a point to you about Elora, and then I just kind of rambled on and went over various private emails that I've had with her. So at least you have a new Elora story and know a little bit more about her. By the way, this should add to the story, okay? Last week, or might have been the week before at this point, Elora was locked up for at least 72 hours in a psychiatric hold against her wishes. That's why she disappeared. The reason is most likely because she was threatening people in her own hometown on Twitter, and I think even showed up at someone's house with a knife. I could be wrong about that, but she was basically calling these people Scientologists, serial killer, rapists, and shit too. So, you know, the moral of the story is, if you want to tag total strangers from other states on the internet, go ahead. But in your own town, and especially if they're rich people, like these people were, you might face some consequences. So Elora, she's out now, but it will be a short time before she goes right back in, because she has been posting the home addresses and phone numbers of people who work at the mental ward where she was locked up, and basically threatening violence against them. So it's really only a matter of time. I'm sure she's been reported to the FBI. If not, you guys might want to go check that video out and let the FBI know about it. But that's up to you. You know, I would never suggest anyone do anything like that. Let's mark that one off the list, Elora Snow. That probably bored the fucking piss out of you, right? Next up, let's talk about Auld Kendal, whose name is Josh Keegan, and he lives in the United Kingdom and collects welfare. And his girlfriend, he only talks to through the internet for the most part. Anyway, you guys always wonder what Auld Keegan looks like. Well, why don't we just take a goddamn look? Because here in this video from Jordan Womble,
alright, this video
we can see Josh
might
Keegan.
Get me in trouble.
Look at that black cube
all
back
my
there
videos.
in the mirror.
I want you to meet my cyborg friend, Auld Kendal.
Auld Kendal, everyone. There you go. Thanks to Greg
That's
for this
a
tip.
cyborg.
ReamC.
That
Thank
is
you.
The kind like Taylor Swift.
There you go, guys.
The kind with no belly button.
We're done, Jordan. I could never watch Jordan Womble videos. I just couldn't. I don't get it, I guess. Whatever. So anyway, now you've seen Auld. Now you've seen the truth about Elora. who asked me for help and then couldn't go 24 hours without stabbing me in the back with her pointy little dagger. Who's next on the list? Who shall we talk about? Oh, how about... I should have done this first because I already talked about Patrick Coleman. Josh Luxor. Joshua Luxor, however you pronounce it. The fucking retard who appeared on Patrick's broadcast last night. When asked for his credentials, Josh Luxor says that he's an American guru. I think that's funny, because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to refer to yourself as a guru. A guru is a term that other people are supposed to use to describe you, you know? It's like describing yourself as a great guy. You can't describe yourself as a great guy because you're not objective, okay? So you can't describe yourself as a guru for the same reason. You don't know if you're a fucking guru. Other people will have to determine by your actions whether or not you should be designated a guru. And, you know, the same thing applies to the word shaman. Other people will decide if you're a shaman, bitch. You don't have an inner awakening that you're a fucking shaman with magic powers. No, people call you a shaman if you display shamanistic tendencies. But of course, nobody actually calls anyone a shaman anymore because the year is 2016, okay? Only retards call themselves shamans, alright? Sorry, Justin. Same thing for gurus. And I do want to remind everyone, in case you all forgot, Josh Luxor got fired from a job bagging groceries at Whole Foods. He can't even keep a job bagging groceries. Is this someone you would consider a guru? You can't even use your guru powers to fucking put groceries in a bag without opening your big mouth and shouting your stupid opinion to strangers and your own coworkers? You would never have any employees, Josh. This is why you can't keep a job, isn't it? It's because you can't keep your big stupid fucking mouth shut. What a guru. What a great guru. And I will never forget, Josh, how you sicked eye predator on me when Patrick first started acknowledging my presence months ago. You sent this fucking idiot, I don't even remember his name now, some psychologist up in New York, Michael Nucitelli. That's right. I scared that pussy off. There's some dirt about that guy too. It's funny you associate with other dirt bags. So you sicked eye predator on me, I guess because you didn't pay him. He wasn't super invested in bringing me down. There's a lot to the story I won't repeat here. It is in other videos, which I don't remember which videos they are, so you better have a good memory, everybody. But anyway, Josh Luxor, self-declared American guru. Oh, what a tool. He really deserves Patrick. And you know what? I think they are in love. They really should end up together. It can be like a really twisted, romantic, dark comedy. Well, I'm glad you're bearing with me, because we have some news. Big news, everybody. I don't know if you remember Mr. Cole Haley. He's the dude who drank his own piss out of a mason jar. But let's take a look at his channel. He had lots of videos about drinking pee-pee. Lots of them. But look, they're all gone. Isn't that funny? All of those videos of Cole Haley chugging his own wiener sauce. Wiener sauce, that's pretty good. They're gone. Who do we have to thank for this? I know you're saying it's me, but actually, we have to thank Doc Savage because he's the guy who linked me to this retard in the first place. So I want to say, Cole Haley, because I know you spent $5 to watch my Patreon show. Good job. I'm glad you listened. And I do believe I even told you in that video, delete your videos now. And you did it. So that advice was free. See, I didn't charge for good advice, did I? I just gave good advice for free because I'm a great guy. Just like Josh Luxor is an American guru. So Cole Haley, good job. Very, very happy to hear that you are getting your act together. Speaking of someone who needs to get his act together, let's check out Bret Bernhoft's channel. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bret Bernhoft channel's gone. Yeah, it's gone. You don't believe me? Bret Bernhoft. Oh, this channel was closed and is no longer available. Who bullied Bret Bernhoft off the internet this time? You know, I stopped paying attention to this goon when he made it very obvious that he was going to not be interacting. So I was like, whatever, you can go ahead and have your stupid little channel. And he decided it's not worth the trouble. Will he be back again with a new version of himself? Let's find out. Your little channel reboot failed, okay, Bret? And I will always have that mirrored video, which you licensed under Creative Commons, up on my channel, where you channeled me, just so everyone can see what a douche you are. So, Bret, we will not forget you, my friend. We love you, buddy. What else? What else? I don't think there's any other channel closure info that I need to disclose. How about we talk about some behind-the-scenes things? Why not? How about CW Chanter? How about Carlos Sharp? How about Kay? It's a widely known fact that Carlos and Kay hate CW Chanter. And after the entire incident, I think it was PvP 11, with CW Chanter's notorious 180 on Patrick Coleman, Carlos and Kay became very irritated with CW. And I don't think they liked him even before that. They definitely were telling me they did not care for him before that even happened. So, after it happened, it was a fucking full-scale war. I mean, obviously not a full-scale war. But just go with it, okay? Carlos and Kay hated CW Chanter, and they wanted me to take him off of my show. Which, I wasn't entirely sure. Was CW going to be a regular psychic vampire, or what? I mean, I kind of assumed he would be, until the 180. And then I thought, I do still like CW. Even if he didn't intend to do what he did, he still helped me. And I'll explain why in a second. And I want to bring him on because he is unpredictable. I can't predict what he's going to do. I like that. That's why I liked having Bret Bernhoft on. But Carlos and Kay really did not like me associating with him at all. And CW started to get a little irritated that they hated him so much. And the war escalated, and CW started telling Carlos and Kay things like, fuck your mother and shit, while telling them that he loved them on the broadcast. Which, you know what? I think that's fucking fair game. I mean, if you want to go after the guy, then can't he go after you back, Carlos and Kay? I love you guys, but I'm sorry. He has a right to go after you back. I mean, nobody's playing nice here. I'm not nice to anybody, and I don't expect people to be nice to me. So, that's just the way things roll. And CW, I don't think he's... I mean, he is sort of playing his own little games, you know? He's just that kind of guy. Let me just say I think I have a pretty good grasp on what's going on, and I feel there is no threat whatsoever, okay? And I like CW, and I like his personality, and I like the chemistry he brings. But at the same time, I was wrong to have 4 people on the show. Sometimes there's too many people talking. If I have more people, it works, but then what happens when I bring on a 5th guest or a 6th guest? It becomes a huge fucking clusterfuck. It's really hard to get anybody on point. Everybody's got something to say. I have things to say that I don't get to say because I gotta let the other 5 people talk, and I forget what I was even thinking about by the time it comes around for me to talk. So I have to be careful with how many people I put here on the show. Ron, me, we were the people who started. Obviously, we're always going to be there. Doc is always going to be there, or he'll be there when he can. You know, he does have an important job. It is pretty late when we broadcast where he's at, so he is usually free at the times we broadcast, so he can pop on. You know, sometimes he just lurks, whatever. But Doc is a regular presence on the show. And CW, you know, I would like him on a lot. But just every show, I think maybe 4 people every show is just too much. And it was fun. But what I want to do is have a rotating guest cast list. You know, I like to have the fans on. I want to get Ben Urbis back on. I want to get Reemsey on all the time. Lisa Carly, Becca. Everybody's been great. Jack, I would have him back on, you know. Anybody, really. Even, well, actually, I would not put Elora on. I toyed with it, but I'm not going to put her back on. In fact, my suggestion to all of you watching this is just straight up don't talk to Elora and don't talk about Elora and don't give her any attention. Just let her no longer be a part of this, okay? And she's not got long for freedom anyway. So there you go. But yeah, CW. I still love CW and I still want him to come on Psychic Vampires. Just not every week. And that's nothing he did. But the problem really is just that there's too many people. Now I'm repeating myself. But yeah, I do want to do the rotating guests, and I also want to have special guests, and I would just love if Steven would come on my show sometime. But I do realize that I need to go on Steven's live streams as well, for that to be fair. And speaking of Steven's live streams, I did go on Steven's live stream, and I really wanted to offer up some juicy info because I like Steven and the whole thing was really fucking boring. So I was like, I want to do Steven a favor and tell him some things about Patricia and Mark because fuck the flat earth. And you know, Patricia was my friend, but I just always think she fucking sympathizes with Hitler. She's friends with Nazis. And she's now putting these fucking Mandela effect Bible douchebags on there who say that we're misremembering the Bible. Fuck that shit, okay, Patricia? I don't like that, alright? So if I have to tell people that you're associating with Nazis and weirdos, then that's what I'll do. But now I'm getting off on a tangent. I do have one big secret about Patricia and Mark that I have not told people. And Steven would just love to know it. And I almost fucking said it because I have obsessive compulsive disorder. But I offered up something minimal and I just said, oh, Patricia's in it for the entertainment, which is true. She is in it for the entertainment. And I won't quote what she said, but I know she is. That being said, I think she does believe the earth is probably flat. I just don't think she cares enough to find out for sure. Because if she did, then she would know it's not. But anyway, on this live feed, Steven, if you're watching, and I think you might be, it was pretty boring, dude. And some of the people you had on there were people that I would normally like make videos ripping on. Like the dude who's talking about how if gravity were to stop inside the concave earth, would everything slide to like the bottom? Steven, I know you probably thought he was an idiot too, but I just have to point out, nothing would slide anywhere without gravity, okay? Gravity is what makes things... Oh my god, I'm doing it. How could there be a bottom if there's no gravity? That's what I'm wondering. And a thought did occur to me while we were talking in the feed, and I didn't say it because I don't want to put you on the spot, Steven, but I'll tell you now so you can formulate an answer should it ever come up, okay? Just formulate an answer. But people keep laughing, or at least concavers, keep laughing at the idea that there could be a ball that formed in the midst of outer space and that there could be life on this ball, and they think the whole thing is ridiculous that this could have happened. But on the outside of the concave Earth, wouldn't it just be a ball that has formed in outer space? It would essentially be a planet, right? On the outside of the concave Earth. I know you say that there is no outer space, or at least I think that. What is it outside of this cell? A void? Darkness? And if so, then what is keeping the cell together? Oh my god. Anyway, think about these things, Steven. You need to have some answers for this stuff. I'm doing you a favor by telling you because I love you. And that actually brings me to my next topic. Lord Stephen Christ. Steven, I love you. I'm going to say it again, I love you. I love you, buddy. You're my fave. You're the best. And I'm going to tell everyone what I really think about Lord Stephen Christ and why I do legitimately love Stephen Christ, okay? I'm not going to give you all the information I have on Stephen, but I do have some private information about Stephen that I don't think that he knows that I have, but he might, because I have hinted at it. And to me, this information really puts everything in perspective about what he's doing. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. But Stephen, I think, is a fucking troll. He's a real troll's troll, okay? He's the high-class, high-quality troll. Everything he does is golden, alright? He can't make a mistake. He's the perfect satire of religion, of conspiracy theory, and just in general human nature. I fucking love it. He's a solipsistic, narcissistic, egomaniacal cult leader. Except he'll tell you that straight up. He goes, yep, that's what I am. I'm the only one that exists. And if that pisses you off when he says that, it really says something about you. You know, it said something about me. It pissed me off when Steven said all that shit. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. But take some time and think about it. You're getting pissed off by a dude who is A, openly toying with you, B, intentionally outraging you, C, telling you that that's what he's doing the whole time, and D, reporting you to the FBI. That's right. Steven's made a lot of reports to the FBI. He reported me to the FBI. But I forgive you, Steven. You also called me a pedophile. It was a really weird way of doing it, but I forgive you for that too. And in fact, I thank you for doing both of those things, because I am quite sure Elora Snow has done both of those things to me already. And if you hadn't done them first, and we hadn't developed such a bond, then I might be affected by Elora Snow doing it to me. But you hardened me up, okay? Literally and figuratively. Hard as a rock for you, Steven. And because of you. And for that reason, Steven, because I love you so much, because you are my favorite YouTuber, because you've opened my eyes, I am going to do something for you. And I think you're going to like it. Are you ready, Steve? Steve, watch this, okay? Click, actions, private, submit. Steven, are we cool, buddy? Are we cool now? And you said it was my most popular video. It is not. Not my most popular video. My most popular video is about Dakota Hendricks, the gender terrorist. So there you go, Steve. I did that for you. You saw that I didn't delete it. What does that tell you? No, I'm not going to make it public again. Unless you murder somebody or, like, you know, do something really horrible, then I'll probably make it public again. But I don't think you're capable of doing those things. And that is why I'm taking it down. You taught me a lot. You taught me about my real power. And I'll never forget it. Okay, Steven? So there you go. Happy days for Steven Christ. Video made private. Gonna mark that one off my list. Marky. What else do I have here? Guys, I think we should watch some videos. You know? You did pay $5 to get on here. So let's just watch some goddamn videos. Alright guys, so I have a couple videos here to choose from. We are going to watch two of these videos. The first one I want to watch is from our buddy Jesse Spots. We haven't heard from her in a while. I wonder if she had Dan Pratt's baby yet. Has it been 9 months? I don't know. She still looks pregnant.
You guys know about the...
By the way, this video, my former friend, a real racist, is running against David Duke. Guess what? Jesse Spots is a fucking David Duke supporter. This piece of shit, racist motherfucker, is a David Duke supporter. Whoa! Who would have ever guessed there's racists in the flat earth? Come on, Jabba the
racist in New Orleans who gave away the whole deception to me, like during Ferguson that I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Well, if the world was just, I would be able to successfully sue the New Movement Theater for racial discrimination. I was passed up for promotion. I was discriminated against time after time.
Hey guys, Jesse didn't get a promotion because he's white! That's racist! The David Duke supporter going on about how he was racially discriminated against for being white. By the way, he thinks the earth is flat, filled with clones, and that they're underground cloning centers.
They did a lot for me. I ultimately appreciate my time there.
Yeah.
But I was racially
They did a lot for me, but I'm going to say they're racist
fair.
against whites.
If God was fair...
Yeah. If God was fair, you would drop dead of a heart attack right now!
My friend, ex-friend, who's running for Louisiana Senate, would find out today that David Duke is running against her. David Duke is the man.
So is David Duke running against your friend or not? Because you said if. We're not all living in your brain. We don't understand your fantasy world and the jibber jabber. Be clear when you speak, Jesse, or people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's hard enough just from the concept, all right?
Who has been exposing the Zionist deception.
Yeah.
Has been...
David Duke's been exposing the Zionist deception. By the way, former Klan member, former fucking Grand Wizard of the Klan. But he's a good guy, everyone. I'm not a racist. I just hate mulattoes.
Just bombarded by propaganda and slander ever since, called a white supremacist.
He is a white supremacist, you fucking moron.
She's a real racist.
He was in the Klan! Oh my god, you don't even know... You do know he was in the Klan. I'm not going to have this argument where I go, you don't even know David Duke was in the Ku Klux Klan? Of course you fucking know. You're probably in the Klan. If they could get a fucking robe big enough to fit your fat ass into.
Running for Senate.
I can say whatever I want.
Social justice warrior, all that stuff. You know the type. And he's the actual guy who knows about the communist Zionist agenda. This is so funny to me. This is so amazing.
It's funny and
David
amazing.
Duke is joining the race. Of course.
Of course, of course.
And then a quote by Desmond Tutu. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Well, that's pretty timely, Caitlin.
Did you just say Desmond fucking Tutu?
Today...
Here's a picture of David Duke, everyone! You're an idiot! God, you're fucking stupid, Jesse Spots!
White supremacist David Duke qualified to run for the U.S. Senate seat that I am...
Just because you're in the Ku Klux Klan doesn't make you a white supremacist!
I'm also running for here in Louisiana. The
Give
media and my
fat-ass
opponents
a
are
donut.
reacting with surprise. Duke may have no place in Louisiana. She's quoting somebody, but she means it. But he certainly has a place in Louisiana politics. His place...
So, the person running against David Duke is the racist, and David Duke is just the guy who's exposing Zionism.
...is the space created by politicians who
Fat
have witnessed the
fucking
recent
retard.
troubling violence of which
Oh my
Baton
God, you're
Rouge
so
has been
ugly
the
and
epicenter,
gross.
and have decided to use these instances...
You remind me of Critters. You ever seen that movie? This is what you look like to me. Fuck off! Ugh, you know what? We need to watch another video. This one's from Christine Pavlina. She just wants you to know that all of your dead loved ones support Bernie Sanders. That's right, every goddamn person who's ever died supports Bernie Sanders, including Hitler. Well, this sounds like it's going to be smart. Here we go.
So
by the way, she is milking this Bernie Sanders shit. Almost all of her videos for weeks have been about Bernie fucking Sanders.
Medium.
He loves your support, retard.
Every day, doing readings for people and connecting them with their own personal team of guardian angels on the other side, called spirit guides.
How much does it cost to be connected with my own personal team of spirit guides? $5,000? $6,000? I don't know. Why don't we all just go take a fucking look? Christine Pavlina, psychic medium. Let's see how much she charges, everybody. You know, she's not as bad as Deb Peach. 15-minute reading, $49. So the 15-minute reading's $49. The 30-minute reading is $99. And the 60-minute reading's $149. So you could save $1 if you just get two 15-minute readings. I don't think that's how this is supposed to work. You shouldn't charge people more for more time. Come on. Come on. At least you give this discount for the 60-minute reading. That's probably a lot of work for you. I wonder how many... Oh, wait a second. Gift certificates? If anyone ever gives you a gift certificate for Christine Pavlina's psychic reading, punch that person in the box, okay? Or the dick if it's a man, but I highly doubt a man's gonna give you that shit. Punch him in the box. They need to suffer for daring to give you a Christine Pavlina gift certificate. So let's just continue here.
Deceased loved ones. And in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I started noticing a change in my readings.
Oh,
and I started noticing a pattern among them. people's deceased loved ones usually come through with advice for them that's going to help
You know what? If you go to your psychic and your psychic tells you that your dead grandma wants you to vote for Bernie Sanders, you better ask for your fucking money back, okay? Because Bernie Sanders isn't even running for president anymore. Who's going to vote for him? He's not on the ticket, dumbass. If my dead grandma tells me that I need to vote for Bernie Sanders, I'm going to question if she's actually even there, or if maybe you just become retarded when you die. It's one or the two, right? It's one or the other.
Their path or bring them healing in some way. If your deceased loved ones don't like your romantic partner, they'll make it clear. If they have career advice for you, they will talk to you about that. They still...
Do any of the dead loved ones that you speak with, do they ever tell their do they ever tell your clients, "Oh my God, you have to stop giving all of your money to fake psychics. It's a waste of your money and your time. You work so hard for that money and you're just going to give it to this lying bitch"? Have any of them ever told you to pass that message along, Christina?
The same thoughts, feelings, ideas, and opinions they had when they were alive on this earth plane. So they always come across with messages for you that will help you, or advice they have for you. Well, lately, people's deceased loved ones have been coming through telling them to vote for Bernie Sanders.
You're an idiot.
And I started noticing this more and more, whether it was their grandmother, grandfather, brother, mother, whoever was on the other side, they would come through and they would bring up Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, that's called projection, you idiot. It's stuck in your head. If every single fucking dead person you talk to mentions Bernie fucking Sanders, it might be because you're imagining it.
And at that point, that's when I realized...
This lady is a real piece of work, okay? She is a fucking scumbag. She's like Patrick Coleman if she...
With regards to who our highest good
wasn't a junkie. That's what I was trying to say.
The next president. So I would hang up the phone after a reading, and the people's deceased loved ones would stick around
and talk about Bernie Sanders. Oh my God!
They would start saying, "Okay, Christina,
you're an idiot.
It's going to be really important for you right now, and you need to do this, and you need to do that." And I'm like, "Why are you coaching me on time management?"
These are thoughts that you have. You are so goddamn delusional and desperate to be special that you are pretending these thoughts in your own head are coming from other side forces which all care about you. Everyone on the other side's really concerned with you. They all want you to do well, and they all want to give you advice. Let me tell you something, okay? No one on the other side gives two flying fucks about your lame ass, because they're dead! They don't exist! How stupid are you? You really think that we are going to believe that our dead loved ones give more of a fuck about you than they do about us? Fuck yourself, okay?
And they would say, "For Bernie, it's really important that you step up to the plate for Bernie."
Yeah, step up to the plate for Bernie, you delusional bitch.
And so
I love being able
they
to
started
just
coaching
angrily
me. And then I get an email
bitches
from somebody telling me that she was in the middle of a tarot card reading, and somebody's grandmother came through and told her to vote for Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
So see, it's starting to happen in other people's readings too.
Yeah, okay.
So it makes me realize how connected we all...
You're not all connected. You're all just retarded.
...truly are. And so in one of my readings today, I did 14 readings today because I worked in bed. But
14
in one of my readings today...
Let's assume those are all 15-minute readings. Let's just figure this out real quick, okay? I gotta see. How much is this bitch making? 14 times 49 equals $686 a day, okay? That's if they all just got the 15-minute sessions. That's some pretty good money, you know? For just fucking telling people to vote for Bernie fucking Sanders!
This person's deceased loved one came through and said, tell her, tell her to, campaign for Bernie. Tell her to talk about Bernie.
Right?
Like, tell her to keep his name alive, like a volleyball. Like, keep his name up in the air. Spread the word.
What's going to happen when Bernie Sanders doesn't become the president, you stupid ass? Are you going to come back and say, well, the other side they kept telling us to do it, but it wasn't enough? Fuck you. God, I can just repeatedly say fuck you now. I don't even have to, comment on how stupid you are. It's pretty cool.
Things on social media about him, just talk about him. And I said, why?
Can you just write on your goddamn
Why do you want her to talk
thing?
about Bernie Sanders? Like, why? It's like divine intent.
Divine
intent. You have to align her with divine intent. It'll help her. And I said, oh, that's why. That's why.
God wants Bernie Sanders to be president. You sneaky other side spirits. Why didn't you just tell me right away? I was really skeptical for a second.
So then everything really started to make sense.
Yeah, now it all makes sense.
How your deceased loved ones.
So God doesn't have the power to elect Bernie Sanders, apparently, because it's not gonna fucking happen. How whacked out are you? You really think at this point the whole goddamn trajectory is gonna change and suddenly Bernie Sanders is gonna be the nominee? He's no longer in the race. The convention is over. We have the nominee. And if Hillary Clinton gets kicked out for whatever fucking reason, Tim Kaine is gonna run. Is something going to happen to him too? Admittedly, I could be wrong about that.
Trying to help you. So I decided to make this video explaining what these deceased loved ones were doing.
Yeah, let's explain it, everyone. And if you believe me, I need $149 to tell you more.
And when the divine sets an intention, it means...
Did Hillary Clinton pay you to fucking make this video,
bitch? The other side is on the same page.
Trying to make Bernie Sanders look retarded.
Rules the roost. Your deceased loved ones are angelic beings.
This is a classic. Hold on a second.
Who reside on the other side.
Okay, a grown woman just made this thing. Look at this. Divine intent, underline, I want Bernie, question mark, thought bubble. Angels in the clouds. You're a grown woman. What the fuck are you doing? People pay you? You're a joke. You're fucking awful. You need to be run off of YouTube and you need to be run out of business. You don't deserve to be talking to anybody. You should be locked the fuck up because you're a goddamn predatory bitch.
Right? So these are your...
You're a narcissistic egomaniac who's decided to rip people off so that you can... make yourself appear to be special. Fuck you, Christine Pavlina.
These loved ones hanging out
Spitting
on the
everywhere.
other side. This is us.
This is us.
Hanging out down here in our little mortal bodies. We'll just call this the lower self.
Oh my god.
Hanging out here in our little...
We don't need a diagram to see that heaven is supposed to be above the earth. It's fucking known. You gotta draw... Oh, I didn't realize the other ones are on the other side. And we're the ones down here. It's starting to make sense now.
Imperfect mortal bodies, right?
Right.
And so we're sitting here wanting to talk to, our deceased loved ones on the other side and say, hey,
right?
Girl. So your deceased loved ones do not have mortal bodies like we do, okay? They're angelic beings, and they are on the same page with this divine intention.
I was really skeptical, but now that I see this diagram, I'm starting to come around.
Your soul also has a part of it that lives on the other side with your deceased loved ones. Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but I'll take your word for it.
That is why your deceased loved ones come through.
We're done. You've seen enough, right? Somehow this leads to fucking vote for Bernie Sanders even though he's not even getting nominated. So yeah, that's where this all leads. Thanks, Christine Pavlina. You've enlightened us again. You're so fucking smart. Alright, let's be done. We'll be done. We'll be done with the first episode of Secret Magic Kool-Aid. I don't know if it's what you were expecting, and I don't even know if it's what I was expecting, but it should be better next time, okay? What do you think? How about this, guys? I'll give you 2 of these per month for $5 instead of the 1 because you probably feel a little ripped off. So we'll do 2 per month, okay? There'll be another one in 2 weeks. I'll see you then. Actually, I'll see you way before then on my channel. I'll see you this Thursday on Psychic Vampires. Adios.